She sometimes smile so big that I was like, what are you on?
Okay.
This is her playing the guitar.
Yeah.
She was a wonderful little girl, full of life.
We were living in Austin, Texas, and we were pretty happy there.
In addition to being a really spunky child, she was a super smart kid.
So this is where she's just making up one of her own songs.
Not have had the best singing voice, but.
Those were the last words she said, that it was time to sing a song when the tree branch hit her.
The tree branch could have hit her and broken her leg, but it fell right on her head.
When I got outside, I saw Livy, her eyes were fluttering, but I thought maybe she just got knocked out. I had no idea how serious it was.
She was already in surgery by the time I got there. So I remember James and I sitting in the waiting room, and there was like nobody else around.
I knew it was really bad. I just didn't know how bad it was.
In a split second, their life was nothing like it had been before, and this will be their life forever now.
So bring her home, unite her with her brothers, hadn't seen her in 5 months. And we're one big happy family, but yet we have this kid with complex needs that really very few people can give us good advice on how to take care of. We certainly can't call our parents to know how to take care of her.
She had 10, 12 doctors. I mean, she had a huge number.
Yeah.
They did tell us that there's a window where you see a lot of improvement and then it starts tapering off. So this became my full-time job. Professionally, I have a scientific background, science and engineering, and in the biotech area, in regenerative medicine.
I am a rehabilitation researcher at Metro Health Hospital and Case Western Reserve University, Department of Physical Medicine and Rehab, and Biomedical Engineering. As soon as she started opening her eyes, I was thinking what I could do to help her. And the first project I did was something called EMG biofeedback, where you record muscle activity and then you do something with that muscle activity to make people aware of it. And it didn't work at all. It wasn't even close, and it took a really long time to set up. So that was my first experience with the difference between the theory of rehab engineering and the actual practice, and how these practical issues easily kill what you think are good ideas. It really made me think differently about the field I work in.
In James, we have a caregiver, a father, a high-level biomedical engineer. Us able-bodied folks should not be devising technology and training without the deep input of the disability community and caregivers. So here I saw a really interesting mix.
In my field, I look at a specific problem. If we solve this, people's lives are going to be so much better. And what I didn't really think about as much is to step back and first consider, what do patients really think they need? And second, that these problems don't exist in isolation. They exist with many other problems, and those problems interact with each other and create further problems.
I mean, initially, she couldn't speak, she couldn't make sounds, she cried.
Their goals are just so different now for her. If she ended up being able to walk, that would be a tremendous goal.
Hope that she can become her crazy wild self again.
She's still very enthusiastic, but she's a very different child.
I was grasping at anything that I thought could potentially help her. More importantly, for me, it gave me a sense of agency over her recovery.
All this work that they're doing, you see small results.
You know, a lot of people try and understand what it's like to take care of Livy and how difficult it is. And there's a whole other level of care that doesn't exist with other kids.
So there's coordinating and managing everything from the doctors to the therapists, teachers, her medications, all the text messages I get for all the appointments she has, all her supplies that are refilled on a monthly basis, her equipment, the insurance, which runs through everything, and everyone knows insurance is a pain to deal with. It's coordinating and managing all of this together, and that mental load. There's hundreds, if not thousands, of these items weekly to have to deal with.
Everything's around her trying to, make her stronger. And they do everything as a family. They don't leave her out at all.
Post-accident, she's still ready to learn. That's what brains do. They process and they learn, and she needs an enriched environment.
We live in a social world with other people, and she loves to be social, and so that's an important aspect to make her happy.
At the time in Austin, we tried to enroll Livy in Girl Scouts, and that was to increase that socialization. They kind of tried, but we were still excluded. We still felt like outsiders.
We needed help. We needed to have more help from family, so we decided to move to Cleveland.
She needs a diverse set of objects and people in her life to help her reorganize and rebuild her brain. The science says the more she's included in things, sky's the limit.
One day, I got a call from an old friend who I knew back at my time at Ohio State because I used to hang out at the Chabad house, Zalman Deitch, and tells me about the Friendship Circle, and it tells me about Yossi, and connects me with him.
He was able to explain his situation, and I realized that this was a perfect fit. We made up that we'll be in touch with each other, and as soon as they come to Cleveland, they'd be integrated into Friendship Circle.
Well, so we moved to Cleveland, and soon after we got here, Friendship Circle has a summer camp. They had some great activities there. And then when it was the fall, we contacted them about the Friends at Home program.
When they come to the door, Livy just shrieks out of happiness.
So when Shani and Froma first came, Livy immediately was happy that they were there and wanted to play.
Oh, it's critical. It feels like that's the best therapy she can get.
I get to play with Livy for an hour every week, and I get to make her smile, and she makes me smile.
Livy has struggles with walking and talking and some other, but she's a regular kid who just needs to have friends in her life.
Every week I come, I see how much she's grown. She's learned new words. She's been able to sit up longer. She makes my day, and I get to make her day, and it's something really special.
When we have these relatively young women come over and just play with her, she just explodes, and she opens up so much more.
The 1 hour that Shani and Froma are here with the Friendship Circle to play with Livy is an hour where we know that she's actively engaged, and we can take care of a few of those items and knock them off our list.